Yeah, welcome to Newsmax Nigeria Podcast, and today we have one of the strongest voices in the media industry, a former reporter with the Guardian newspaper, the editor-in-chief of Conscious newspaper.
Editor of Orient.
Yes, and a former editor of Orient newspaper in Anambra. A man who has given a tough time to both Nwifuru and Omahe. I don't know how he has been able to be doing that. There's no other person than Honorable Charles. I think you are not an honorable.
I'm not an honorable.
Honorable
Charles. My name
Charles.
is simply Charles Otu.
Honorable Dr. Charles Otu.
My name is simply Charles Otu. Good morning. Thank you for having me in Newsmax Nigeria. I'm glad to be here once again. The other was an opening visitation.
Yes.
I'm glad that we're here to discuss issues pertaining to Ebonyi. Thank you, Wisdom, and your team. You're doing an excellent job.
I don't know whether you will tell us what you are seeing at Newsmax Nigeria.
Obviously,
the state of the art of the facility and
I was coming to it. I've watched some of the snipers of the videos, the interactions, the interviews that have gone on here. And I want to say that it is wonderful. It is innovative. It is creative. And the caliber of people you've pulled to this place, to pull the state attorney general and a lot of former this, former that, current this, current that, is a no-mean feat. As a matter of fact, this platform has become a platform for both the government and the opposition already. Even as it's testing stage, you can see that it has become a viable platform for everyone. It is. I want to say that it's quite unlike, and it will be quite unlike what we have been seeing in the past, because Wisdom is a thoroughbred professional and he has demonstrated that over time in the course of nearly 10 years of journalism practice.
Yes.
Nearly a decade of journalism practice. And it's a good thing and we're proud of what he's doing, the excellent job he's doing.
Yeah. I sincerely appreciate your words of advice and encouragement. You are one person that Ebonyans and even Nigerians have known to be, some describe you as a critic. I don't know, are you a critic?
Yes, I am a critic. The only problem I have for many, is that I leave no turn unstoned.
You are flogged under the administration of Omahe.
Yes.
Have you forgiven Omahe for that koboko that was given to you?
Well,
I don't know whether it was Omahe that carried out the action or maybe his voice. But I know you were flogged under his administration. Have you forgiven the people that flogged you and when you were brutally manhandled at Vanco flyover?
I have, because it's just like the accident that happens when you drive. And there was a time I was driving to Afikpo. I think that date was 20th August 2022. My car ran into a ditch somewhere around Abomege and somersaulted and got so bad. I think you were aware of the incident. I didn't stop driving because of that. So I also will not stop. I have not stopped speaking. So what I have done is that I have led the June 2nd, 2017 incident involving me and the Kobaro Hayat Assembly led by Honorable Makon Shupa.
Are you accusing Chopper of being the one?
No.
Are you accusing him or maybe
we were in court. Okay. We were in court. I deliberately let go because Wisdom, over time you also see why things happen. I also felt that what they felt would be a silencing of my voice also promoted me nationally. I got an NUJ Lifetime Award. I got other awards. In fact, that incident was one of the key incidents that threw me to national limelight. I was flown to several conferences to speak on media torture and media suppression, the press and the government in terms of media suppression and all of that. And for whatever it is what, I felt God also allowed that to happen for more resilient voices to come up in Ebonyi. And Wisdom, my kind of criticism is not that type that most times people just dwell on social media, and I have been, if not for social media, under Elichi's government in 2011 when I came into this, I once wrote an article Ebonyi and the principle of electionomics. It was a back page publication in the Voice newspaper where I was just a reporter then. And it generated so much tension in the state. Perhaps because in that 2011, that is 15 years ago, Facebook was not as popular as it is, as you know it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were not even making, social media has become like a community on its own that you cannot even now do without. So some of us have been there. I remember there one occasion where in the WDC in August 2014, Chief Martin Eleshi was having a town hall meeting, and he said, ask questions, ask me anything and I will answer. And I want you to ask questions. Donato Sowo will refuse to give me the mic for reasons best known.
That is the Donato Sowo,
the EBBC correspondent. Yeah, he was working with the officer.
He's not a board member of EBBC.
Exactly. So he was working with the government, then the Leshi's government. They said no. I ran out from the back, struggled, grabbed the mic. It was a struggle. Leshi said, allow him, let him ask me. It's me that he's asking. I remember asking him whether it was true, the rumors we were hearing, and that was even published in newspapers that he wants to hand over to Chris Nwankwo. And he debunked it. I also remember one occasion in the old government house then where I asked him several confronting, questions he would have considered that. But because Leshi understood that democracy, he had a different mindset about actually media and democracy. He will always tell you that democracy is some grey, some no grey. That is the substantive definition of democracy. Okay. So because of it, he allowed me. He even tell them, invite Charles at some point.
I heard he used to call you Charles Otu, not Charles Otu.
No, Charles Otu.
Okay.
So Charles one of the occasions I asked him one of those questions he would have considered embarrassing as a governor. Even Chinedoga was very angry. The Ebonyi Youth Assembly people were already poisoning for war, spoiling for war. Elechi said he's asking me, allow me to answer. And he answered. And even when they tried to handle me inside the government house, they saved me and said I should. So I'm not a yesterday's person in the critic business of journalism. Because
how you rate Governor Nwifuru when it comes to how he treats critics?
No. That is where that's where I even expected the government officials to score him very highly. Unfortunately, they are not even seeing that as an achievement. Under Omahi, if we want to do this podcast, I want to say something about the government. Wisdom, you know how far we used to travel. You either go and sleep over in Enugu and stay like 1 week for the government to forget what you have said.
Before you now come back.
Before you come back. And sometimes they will still call you. Even while I was on Dream FM, one of the occasions, they called me and said, when you finish saying that nonsense you're saying against the governor, come back and meet us in Ebonyi. And Larry Ogwego had the thing and said, I'm with him here in the studio. Charles Otu, are you sure you are safe in Ebonyi? I said, I'm not. But he said, I do want to still go back to Ebonyi. I said, I'm going back because I have no other place to go to. And I said, which means are you going through? I said, I'm going through Peace Mass Transit. He said, when you get there, we will still be on air. When you get to we will announce the vehicle you have entered. And where are you stopping? I said, I'm stopping at Presco Flyover. He said, okay. So I got to the park, communicated him. They announced that there used to be this lady, dark lady from Abia, is it Adak or something, that used to anchor the program, human rights program, then on that line. Sponsored by Human Rights Volunteer Corps in Enugu. So I came into Ebonyi actually, and surprising to me, because of the way they had announced that if a tree falls on me while I'm going to Ebonyi, Umahi's government will be responsible for. So I got to Presco. I was even given protection to get it because of the way the matter, the matter was talked in the media. So I'm actually saying that the number one achievement of Governor Nwifuru, which he stands tall to be commended, is that he has allowed himself to be critiqued. And the critics live and do their business in Ebonyi without him caring about maybe abducting someone like it was under Omahi. You know what it meant.
So you're giving him 100% credit for allowing Ebonyans to.
That is an area I score him A.
Okay.
But then, you
should be able to give him kudos.
I give him kudos on that. But then, if I also place it side by side with some of the statements coming from him.
No, we're coming to that. Recently, he there was a cabinet reshuffle where I think your landlord commissioner for sports, Idike, was removed and he was given under portfolio. I think he's now under urban development. I think the capital territory. And your dear friend too, Chidonya, who was under minerals. He was doing very well. I don't know why he was removed.
The same way you don't know why he's also high.
Are you sure your landlord, DK, will do well under that ministry? And how will you rate him?
Well,
and will you give kudos to Nwifuru for
the reshufflement?
For the reshufflement, or you feel that there are some people that should have been sacked, not even suspended?
Well, thank you. For me, I feel that first of all, the government, the reshufflement of the cabinet of Governor Nwifuru is giving a door or a paracetamol to a cancer patient. Ebonyi is now in a stage 4 cancer. When I say stage 4 cancer, you know when cancer enters stage 4, it's almost like the victim cannot be redeemed again. Yeah. There's no hope for the victim. If the governor, like I had said in some of my radio outings, Wisdom, I and you were always in stations talking about the need for him to rejig his cabinet.
Yes.
If he did this reshufflement 2 years ago, maybe there could have been expectations, but doing it at the tail end of his first tenure, I'm carrying the same weight. There are a lot of loads that the government is carrying. If you move Oku, for instance, from skill acquisition to another ministry now, I don't know, he's moved to another ministry, you should be asking, what did Oku, whom I'm struggling to pronounce his name correctly, achieve in the skill acquisition that he was holding? Is it that if you go to EDA now as a local government, you cannot find another even much more competent person? If you move Professor Basimogo from Commissioner for Motor Parks to Parks and Market Development to the new portfolio is assigned to, we should be asking, what did he really do in the past, previous position that should qualify him to even be part of the ESCO? I think the governor had just, and then you come to my landlord, Honorable Richard Didike. We complained about the inability of Ebonyi boys, which is his primary constituency. Yes. Because that football club is like the major thing that the government would have been boasting of. That Enugu, for instance, Enugu Rangers in the last 3 years has carried MPFL twice.
But, Enugu Rangers has been there now. You can't compare Enugu Rangers with Abakaliki Rice Boys that, even got relegated in their first outing.
No. Wisdom.
I think they are just barely 2 years now.
Even now, they are still facing the same relegation threat as I was made to understand.
But
it's not about Enugu Rangers being there for a long time. It's about the managerial incapacitation of the team, beginning from the chairman Obinogba to
Are you saying that Obinogba is incompetent? Are you saying that Obinogba is incompetent to handle that?
We have been calling. Even you, Wisdom, have called for an evaluation of his performance in the last outing where Ebonyi was relegated. Has anybody listened to your call? I'm asking you now. Has anybody listened to your call? Has there been any redeployment? Even the directorate of that ministry needs to be overhauled. And I sympathize with my friend Chidonya, because being thrown into the midst of such, it's just like you're thrown into where you already know you are going to fail. I don't know whether he will muster the balls to change the structure. It is that structure that P2B will call it structure of corruption that has brought in people like Onyedika, the manager from Anambra, who has been accused severally. You are aware that even the players have been accusing him of. Sometimes he will put the players that are good.
But that's just an allegation. So we don't know whether there are no facts to back it up.
Since these allegations have been coming, and people have been saying there are no facts. Wisdom, we have also said, bring performance now so that we will now know that, yes, these allegations are, let the people who are on the field play the ball now and win Ebonyi. At least, even if we don't win, let's us not get relegated. Wisdom, Governor Nwifuru has put in close to 2 billion naira or more in just that Ebonyi Rice was alone. The other time you heard about the amount of money spent to even buy another club they used to now come back to the MPFL again after they were relegated. These are public resources. If, okay, it is concerning, they have been accused, let them tell us who is managing Ebonyi Rice Boys and how the person got the professional competence and expertise to manage Ebonyi Rice Boys. If they are not ready to answer the question, then we should believe what is being said.
So you're saying that Senator Nwifuru should be sacked?
I am not just
Because
not just
Governor Nwifuru has listened to you.
not just
Your landlord, Idike, has been removed from that ministry to another ministry. Are you not calling for Ogbonna to be equally sacked?
not just sacking off the chairman, which is who is Ogbonna. Wisdom, I am advocating that the governor constitutes a panel different from the people who are already enmeshed in the corruption going on in that ministry.
Okay.
So that they can investigate a 7-man panel, a 7-man panel to investigate that and make far-reaching recommendations so that Chidonya will start that ministry on a clean slate. How do I mean? Wisdom, I was doing my routine workouts instead of one of the mornings. There was after a football match was going on, at some point it was disrupted. There was a fight. And I asked them, what is going on? They said they're accusing somebody was being accused.
Yeah.
One of the either assistant coach or coaches was being accused of eating all that belongs to the players, collecting money from government and not giving them and all of that. Actually, to be fair, it also been Ogba's presence that doused the tension and made the boys to calm down. But the boys grumble every day. We speak with some of the players. We interact with some of the people in the management of that football club. Now, this is about football. Wisdom. What happens to the other sports sectors that is under Ministry of Sports? Is it in basketball? Is it basketball that, is it in weightlifting? Where else? And that's one out of the many sports activities or engagements. We cannot get football right. We cannot get, we don't even know whether we even have. So, actually, that ministry is just there. And they have too many SS on youth mobilization. Youth working under the ministry that have no offices, but they have official vehicles, some of them. You have no office. You have an official vehicle. At some point, that stadium became so dilapidated that he took my video, you are aware. I videoed the place and sent it to the governor. I said, look at what is happening.
How can someone have an official, someone will get an official vehicle, then
no office?
No office. So where is the person going to go with it? Is it the person going to birthdays or marriage ceremony?
So they use
because if I should have an official car, I should be able to have an office where in the morning
you go and pack.
Then I go and pack there, then go to my office. So I don't know how they do it
now,
in Ebonyi.
Now, Wisdom, you know.
They give you official cars for them to maybe go to birthdays and
but then that has been the trend and the tragedy of what we've been saying for a long time now. We have been saying, look, some of these people that were brought from the villages, I think Nwifuru has overempowered some of those his kinsmen. He goes to a birthday party, he sees someone, he says, make SA on youth mobilization. And tomorrow the person is announced. And
some of them merited it before they were given those appointments. Because even if you're a village guy, maybe you have gone to the university and there are no jobs. So probably you're in the village and governor maybe sees you and say you are doing very well.
Wisdom, if you appoint me as,
I will take you out from that village. Are you saying the governor has done anything wrong?
He has, because if you appoint me as your special advisor on media, I should be able to advise you on media. Wisdom, what we have now is that the governor has appointed people that they are even happy and lucky to be appointed. Wisdom, there used to be what is called, before government take off, they do some orientation course. This is, each ministry will present, just like what you have in Abia. Each ministry will present what it intends to achieve. In this case in Ebonyi, it should be the People's Charter of Need. You, the commissioner appointed, pick the People's Charter of Need. You've been appointed commissioner for environment. Yeah. What did the governor say he will actually do in the People's Charter of Need document? Now, the appointees, they don't care. It is that same thing that you cascade down to the other sub-appointees, that's the SAs who are under you. SA of Youth Mobilization. What is the governor's vision for the youth ministry of youth and sports? What is the governor's vision as contained in the People's Charter of Need? This People's Charter of Need, they only mock around it on social media. They don't know the content. Because it has proven that they really don't understand the content of that document. It's a policy document that should guide the government on, or that should give direction to the government. Wisdom, are you aware that the day I opened that document and I saw that under Ministry of Environment, for instance, which Victor Chukwu has wasted all of us, he has wasted our time as Ebonyans for 3 years plus. He has wasted our time, confused us, made us look silly and stupid. Because you call Victor Chukwu, why is this dustbin up? And he says he's not the one that is doing the contract.
So he's not in charge?
And you say, okay, tell us who is handling what. There was never an answer. Until through Godfrey Chikwere, I stumbled, he was saying it on radio, and he made a post on it on Facebook. I went to his timeline and saw it. Wisdom, there are outlines, including for pulverization plants, with refuse disposal plants, more than, including recruitment of environmental health officers, including who has been recruited. The women you see packing these dustbins, when you see them, don't you pity them the way they look? Sometimes they are even exposed to the worst of health hazards. Because
in terms of that, what suggestion are you going to give to Governor Nwifuru to do in terms of that Minister of Environment? Because he has just removed Victor Chukwu from that ministry.
Okay.
And even me, I've cried bitterly over how that ministry is being
okay. Honorable Nwite has taken over.
I have read, some have said studied your course, mass communication. Some are saying he read English. I don't know about his full.
Well, I'm not sure. Like I'm not sure he read English. English people have no jobs like the governor. I will always say.
Oh, you give me a job.
They don't employ English people. They employ only mass com graduates.
So you should be aware that we are not giving us job. English people, they're not giving us any job.
My advice to him is simple.
Yeah.
Wisdom, first of all, he has to Nwifuru. My advice before him is to Nwifuru. Governor Nwifuru must take the bull by the horn and unbundle that ministry. Remove the bureaucratic bottlenecks. I learned authoritatively that his brothers, his numerous brothers, is the reason or are the reasons why it is difficult for that ministry to function. So some of them are the contractors, or they brought the contractors, and they are handling it the way government handles its own affairs. And it has not helped. Let me tell you, Wisdom. If I tell you I'm not missing Umahi when I look at Abakaliki the way it is now, even me that used to run away from Ebonyi and spend 1 week or 2 weeks, sometimes 1 month, just for Umahi to forget me, forgive and forget.
So you say that
before I will come back.
You want Umahi to come back.
If I look at the level of debt in Abakaliki Capital Territory, I asked myself, so my in-law was actually doing something and it was unbeknownst to some of us. I mean, Umahi. The Governor Nwifuru must be able to give that man the free hand. The man has shown willingness to work. I don't know him. I've not met him. But at least we've seen a video where he's directing the clear. Even though I was looking at him, I said, this man is wearing senator to go and pack those bins. Doesn't he know that if he wants to lead by example, he should kit on his boots? I don't know if you understand me.
Yes.
That's how Paul Okore, Engineer Paul Okore, the first visionary of that ministry. That's how he was. That's how Paul Okore was doing it. No protective device, no nothing. So I think what he did was for the optics. And now to the Honorable Commissioner, please go and get your environmental health hazard kits.
I think we have done justice to that. But looking at, let's go to the in terms of the infrastructure. What you are seeing in Ebonyi. We have seen the Vanco flyover is getting to 3 years now, and that Vanco flyover has not been completed. Many Ebonyans are worried: will Vanco flyover be completed? Will it ever, be used again? Because that is a road that leads my father's house, Charles, and I'm worried. Because if a road that leads my father's house is blocked because of over 3 years now, I can't even go home direct.
Wisdom, you have a
where I'm living.
You have a reason to be worried.
And we have another flyover, and there's another tunnel. They said he's working. I've never been there at Izogo and all that. And there are other 2 kilometers of road, awarded to many contractors.
First of all,
in terms of infrastructure, Charles, How you rate Governor Nwifuru, and how are you seeing the job being done
Well,
at the Bank of Flyover?
Well, the fact is that the infrastructure is actually where the governor has a minus for me. If you say you are scoring him 1, it has to be minus.
Are you saying that Governor Nwifuru has failed?
It has to be minus 1. No, if you even say failure, it will just be taken lightly the way government has failed. What he has done in infrastructure is, they call it, I've forgotten, there's a term they call it in sociology. That's when something fails from conception. There is a word for it. I can't remember it, but from conception, wisdom, there was a time Umahi wanted to demolish Ebonyi hotels and then demolish some buildings in Waterworks from Union Bank to First Bank to down to Waterworks, somewhere around that Okpara Street. That was the master plan that they brought to him. And people advised him and said, look, every city has its central business district. You understand? What you should do is to build a new city. It was that advice that led to the new government house. And since Oshudo City is even where government secretary is, build the government house around the place. And that advice saved Ebonyi a million question. And just a few years after escaping that haram, we entered into Vanco. From the day one, we were saying, people like me have been saying, put a roundabout, expand that place, let people turn there. Governor Nwifuru, you don't need to dig a hole to get to your father's compound from Vanco. One, what is the vehicular traffic? What is even the human traffic in Ebonyi? The ones that Umahi did are fanciful objects. Wisdom, I have carried you in my vehicle, and you see how much we used to avoid these flyovers. Yes. Particularly the one at International Market.
Even the one that is at, if you're going towards Enugu.
The one at Presco.
I don't think they're making use of that one.
The one at Presco.
It's full of potholes.
You still see, and we'll ask them, why are they not feeling it? They say if they feel it, once this big lorries drives them, the thing has a contraption problem. There is an engineering failure there. And I'm now speaking to my in-law, the professor of infrastructure. The work you did in Ebonyi is being avoided. like we will avoid a leper in the olden days. I'm telling you the truth. Wisdom, if you doubt what I'm telling you, go to an international market, park your bike or car somewhere and watch and see the number of traffic going up and down. The only vehicles that fly up are always big lorries. In fact, sometimes big lorries avoid it. That place has caught my tires 3 times. I kept changing tires until I got to site. They say, do you drive Umahi's flyovers? I said, yes, that it used to be faster for me. They say, oh, those people that avoided it think they are stupid. I have stopped using them. And that is the truth. Even the one at Presco that used to be good, if you go on top of it, your car will just be doing as if it's vibrating. I'm telling you something that is verifiable, empirical. Engineers should tell us what happened there, particularly the professor of infrastructure. And then the government, if, like I was telling someone, if this place is not being put to use effectively, why is it a decorative object? They should remove it now. Let's know we are using the ground floor, the down, and let the road just be normal. For Vanco, conception, wrong. Even contracting, very wrong. Who is the contractor handling Vanco? Wisdom.
I don't know. Maybe you tell us.
We learned is the Ministry of Works under General Lebeshin Bam. Lebeshin Bam has
in charge of Vanco Flyover.
Yes, Lebeshin Bam has been severally accused, and I have also personally accused him of doing several substandard jobs, including roads. Lebeshin Bam, what the ministry would have done, what the government would have done, is to make the ministry the supervisor. In fact, the ministry is not supposed to supervise. Wisdom, Abia State is enjoying good roads today. Do you know one of the best contractors Abia State has? It's on Ebonyi native. Do you know him?
I don't know.
Gideon Okore from Ishago.
From Ebonyi State.
From Ebonyi State, from
Ishago.
Why
can't we just make use of him? If can deliver such
what Governor Nwifuru does
in Abia State? I don't know whether you have seen
what Governor Nwifuru does with contracts.
The civil servant estate. Some people are saying that there is a kind of a drop of urine.
Okay, on the
figuratively, they are seeing urine dropping down from this.
Okay,
I don't know if it's urine or water.
Now the workers.
Have you seen the pictures?
I have seen the picture. In fact, I brought it to your attention. The last time I came here, I turned and I saw it. I said, I thought maybe it will soon dry. Some days after, it was still that way. Some people are saying is the roof That is the problem. Some are saying it's the paint. But even as a layman, wisdom, if you look at that paint, the paint is so childish that it looks like they got the most inferior of paints to do it. So I am saying that there is no project Governor Nwifuru is doing. You know, Ebonyi lost so monumentally. They lost a $27 million World Bank loan. And people are saying it's because of the, in fact, if you look at the World Bank standard, there's the parameters.
Yes.
Open contract bidding and open execution of contracts, where you know the contractor, you know the stage, is one of the reasons. Ebonyi came 35 out of 36 in the whole federation in terms of poor performance index in that World Bank document. I've taken time, I've read through it over the weekend, and I cannot but ask myself, is it that Governor Nwifuru does not know that even if he's given a second tenure now, he will still account for the first 4 years? Will we now say that you've just wasted people's time for 4 years?
Charles,
the 2 kilometer roads, who are handling it?
Yeah, because
somebody mentioned that Nwifuru is remembering even the former speakers, the people he was speaker with during his time as speaker. One former speaker in KB, you will give him contract to do road in Ebonyi.
Just because of time, because if we should continue.
So,
there are many things for.
My recommendation is that if Governor Nwifuru wants to empower his boys or people around him, he can go ahead and do it, but not to give it as contract.
But wait, because I will have a few minutes to round off this program, and because of time,
yes, sir.
And that I know anytime we will call you as a Newsmax organization, you'll always be here.
Yes, sir.
But because of time, in general, how are you going to rate Governor Nwifuru's administration? Are you saying that he has failed, or he should be given another chance in 2027? Because we have seen people singing Ayingi Meya in 2027 that IHS is coming. And we can't close this show without talking about 27 generation, where Ebonians are already feeling the mood and all that.
Okay.
So, with what you are seeing as a journalist in Ebonyi, how will you rate Governor Nwifuru's administration? Are you saying he has failed, or Ebonians should equally give him time? Because if I employed in an organization, you can make, will you be able to make a positive impact within 4 years, or you should be asking for more time to fix things and all that? What are the chances of I choose defeating Governor Nwifuru in 2027?
First of all, is that I was we were on radio together some time ago when I said I'm giving him 4/10 in a scale. But if
I think when I was in the university, I got 40/100, and it was F before. Then I said they have brought E back, so that was how I was able to pass research and measurement that year. So if you are giving someone 40 and the thing is F, that means you are saying that Nwifuru has failed.
I'm even saying that 4/10 before that I've withdrawn to is now 2/10. And that too is just because I have the freedom to say what I'm saying here, and I can go home and sleep in peace. I commend him for that. I also have people who have navigated their way to Europe to go and do their further studies. But the other aspect he would have gotten a huge scope, a huge mark, is on the issue of workers and retirees benefits. That one, the pensioners are lamenting.
But I heard they have been paid. The issue
you need to see the messages in my inbox when I called and said, if your mother or father retired and you were supposed to be paid a specific amount and you didn't get it, some got less than 50% of what was due them. Some got about, imagine where somebody is expecting 4.5 million.
You say that is the fault of the governor. The governor might have released that money.
Look.
And probably is not aware of how
wisdom. Governor Nwifuru cannot say he's not aware. Why do I say so? The pensioners board chairman, what's his name? Emeka Nwonu. Emeka Nwonu was in Legacy the other day. And they asked him, how many persons have been paid? He said he doesn't know. But he knows they have paid up to 70%. They asked him again, who is remaining? He can't account for the number of people under the pensions board scheme, captured in the pensions board scheme. He can't account for how many persons have been paid. I am using this opportunity to ask Governor Nwifuru to relieve him of his duty officially, so he can get somebody who can give Ebonyi facts and figures.
Are you not being wicked by asking for someone to be sacked?
It's
from
not.
when he feeds his family. Are you going to feed his family?
It is not. It is not a feeding affair. It is not a feeding. A government is not a feeding bottle. Wisdom. I expected the government to be outraged by the audacity of the guests during that program, but they are not. So that is the reason why, as the day goes by, the more there are more things to take away to say that Nwifuru truly, in all honesty, does not deserve a second term in office. You are aware, Wisdom.
What are the
every attempt? I'm coming.
What are the chances of
I'm coming. Every attempt by people, including me and you, including analysts, including journalists, to hold the government to discuss issues of governance. When you say they are not performing, they say, no, you are from Lagos. You stay in Lagos and you pay tax in Lagos. And you should therefore not contest in Ebonyi. You should contest where you pay tax.
But that was a statement released by the Commissioner for Information.
That is what I'm saying. Is that how a Commissioner for Information should reply to issues of governmental failures? That's clear policy failures. They are saying that, look, World Bank is saying that, look, we didn't see your budget in the last 3 years or so. Ebonyi has not made this budget public. Wisdom, are you not aware that there was a plan to build a civic center in the last budget? Are you not aware?
I'm not aware. I know about our 3 aircraft.
There was a budget.
Our 3 aircraft. I don't know whether you know where that aircraft is. The 3 aircraft.
The aircraft. Somebody has said what is it called? One smart young man that was asked to get the aircraft.
But that is a mere allegation.
I'm coming. It is a mere allegation. It will remain a serious allegation until the government proves otherwise. The governor, we did not ask him to address us. On a New Year morning, the governor wore spectacles. We were jubilating. Did we ask him to address us? We didn't ask him. He addressed us and said in his New Year message that we should expect aircraft. Wisdom, you have been asking about that aircraft. Has anybody addressed you? So if people are not addressing you and 6 months down the line, this is the 7th month. Is it not enough to even believe, enough reason to believe whatever someone else is saying until the government proves you otherwise?
In a nutshell, Charles, what are the chances of choose defeating Nwifuru in 2027? What of time?
For me,
no, we don't have much time.
Okay.
I will know you will always be here. We'll discuss issues and all that.
Exactly. For
me, we can't finish everything that we have today.
No, number one is that Nwifuru has successfully campaigned for Anyishuks by not working. When I say not working, there are deliverables of government Wisdom. If we look at the 2-kilometer roads across communities, and you cannot count up to 20% of completion, then what impact? What are you going to the communities to go and tell them? What exactly are you going to tell the community? For me, Nwifuru is like an F student that was suspect. You know, when he was coming, I was telling us nothing is happening. We were all lamenting and saying, look, this man may become a tragedy in governance. People didn't believe it. But now, what you look at after 4 years is, my people will say, a sickness that has manifested. He has now manifested and people have seen it. So I am thinking that Anyishuks may not even need to struggle to defeat Nwifuru in 2027. Why do I say so? I am not supporting him. I am not his supporter.
You're not a supporter of Anyishuks.
Well, for now, I don't even have a governorship candidate, like I've said. It's a governorship that I'm actually wondering whether will I even vote? Because I'm put in a dilemma. Look at the dilemma I'm put in Wisdom. Anyishuks is from the same side I come from. So if I should go to the south, but should we now continue to adore mediocrity, the kind of mediocrity that Nwifuru is forcing on us, that it is the turn of the sea, whether we work or not? So it is for that reason that I may throw my weight behind Anyishuks over time. That is, if I see his policy document and it is something that is implementable, that is feasible and realistic, I will engage him. Because the state needs to be rescued first. Ebonyi needs to exist first. Look at the Vanco. Wisdom, did you not see the pictures of the slabs they are putting that are already cracking? Somebody posted it. I said the governor needs to drive with his convoy on top of this flyover for 6 months to guarantee us that the place will not collapse.
Yes, I've not been to Vanco flyover for the last.
But you saw the videos. And I'm sure you also saw the pictures.
Hopefully, I'll have the chance to go there and see things.
No, you know, when you're going there, wear your helmet and just be careful. You know, they have always accused you of coming secretly to take pictures there. That's why you no longer go there.
So I sincerely appreciate you for coming. Honorable Dr. Charles Otu.
But you didn't address a fundamental issue, which it should be my concluding point. The aspect of the governor saying opposition will not campaign. I watched that video and I said, this is the height of...
I think Charles, campaign has not started. Probably if campaign starts and opposition parties are being stopped from campaigning, we know how to raise an alarm.
When an incumbent governor sits in his platform or whatever is addressing the world and he says, look, if they put billboards, remove it. Don't let them. I don't know whether he's inviting a state of emergency or he just thinks that people will just watch the mediocrity that has gone on in Ebonyi in the last 4 years and just allow allow another 4 years of wisdom. Listen, Nwifuru is managing an aircraft of more than 5 million Ebonyans, home and in diaspora. And the destiny of these 5 million Ebonyans, I don't know whether you saw what Brian Chimezie did with what he wrote on his critique of Ebonyi's performance index versus the World Bank loan project.
I've not seen
with renewed hope. I'll forward them to you. If you look at it, you have every reason to even say that this man does not understand governance. He has not attracted one foreign direct investment. I don't know whether you've seen a white man, a foreigner, that is, apart from people coming to say they will come and look around and say they want to do this one, they go back. Remember, he was in one of the African countries, I think Algeria, you remember, in 2023 or so, at the twilight of his administration. And they talked about coming to set up companies in Ebonyi and all of that. What has happened to it? So every election, like I will always say, is a referendum on the incumbent. And if the referendum on Nwifuru is that he has failed colossally and monumentally, I'm sure that even Umahi must have been disappointed. Then what are we talking about? So should I now be saying, okay, because I'm from Afikpo and Anchus is from the south, or people have gone Afikpo? No, those things will become mere issues of lesser consideration.
So don't you think that easy people should be allowed to govern?
No. Easy people. My advice is easy people to give us another person. Easy people. If you give us another candidate, I will campaign and support Easy. Easy people.
Can you give us one of the persons we should bring from?
Easy people. If you bring Emmanuel Eze, Dr. Emmanuel Eze, if you bring Fidel Wankwa,
should Emmanuel Eze?
We have tested these people in public office before.
Chief Emmanuel Eze leave his House of Rep ambition to...
No. I want his elders to go in and beg him to collectively come out.
What do you say?
So we can see...
Chief Emmanuel Eze was actually brought in. He was given an appointment to come and say, okay, if we are not getting this right, come and do it this way. And he rejected that appointment, which some people are saying, maybe he just
even the ADC.
Don't you think that we should have maybe accepted that appointment given to him by Nwifuru?
No.
Come and use that sector.
He shouldn't have accepted it because I believe that they were just trying to. Okay, what has happened to the committee since thereafter? You think he just wants to be busy like others who are running around government? So that is it. For wisdom as an easy man, begin to look for. It is not late to substitute Nwifuru.
Well, the easy elders have not said that Nwifuru is incompetent and all that. So they're saying that he should go and I don't know. It is left for Ebonyans to decide in 2027
I'm happy that
Nwifuru will go back or not.
I'm so glad.
On that note,
that you said Ebonyans will decide. I am part of the Ebonyan and I will decide, and my vote will not.
Thank you, Charles, for coming.
Thank you for having me.
And I hope next time that we invite you to come and talk on the critical issues happening in Nigeria and in Ebonyi, that you always come to say one or two things.
I will be there always. Pleasure is mine.
We have been discussing with I don't know whether I should call him Honorable Charles Otu, because he talks like a politician. But at the same time, if you look at him, you know that he's not a politician. He's a former reporter with the Guardian newspaper, an activist, and the editor of the Conscience newspaper, Charles Otu. It's good to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
And we still appreciate everybody that listens to this program. And if there are things that we said here and we feel you should be giving right of reply, we say you can always call the number or email us. We always give you the opportunity to come and say your own side of the story. So it's at this juncture that we say thank you once again and see you next time.